Hi friends, it's Terri Gaines, independent demonstrator with Stampin' Up. In this video tutorial, I'm going to share the Take a Bow bundle, which is a die and designer series paper bundled together for 10% savings, or you can purchase the two items separately. This Take a Bow die can be used with any designer series paper, but this designer series paper is going to be so fun to create these bows with. When I'm done showing you how I create the bows with the die, I do have some other samples created with different designer series paper. Now this designer series paper is already cut 6 by 6 in size for you. In the packet you get 4 different double-sided designs, and they are really great for the holiday or for even a birthday or a celebration gift. And as I mentioned, it's double-sided. You get 12 each of these, so the packet has 48 pieces of the designer series paper, 12 of each, as I mentioned. So how you use this is you would put your designer series paper on your your die cutting machine platform. So my cut and emboss machine, the platform, I'm going to place the paper down there, and then this die goes right on top of your 6 by 6 paper, and you're going to have a little bit of paper shown on all 4 edges. Put your top plate on there and run that through. That's going to cut 3 large, 2 medium, and 1 small. For the bows I'm creating, I need 4 of the medium. I need only 1 of these, so that 1 pass gave me the 1. I need 2 more of these, and I need 2 more of these. So what I do is I cut my designer series paper to be 4 by the 6. And then for that second pass, I have my die with the edge that's going to cut facing up. Then I take my designer series paper, then I place this over my die so I don't see that cutting blade, I don't see that cutting blade, and I don't see the edge. Put my clear plate on top and run that through. If you need to, you can put some Post-it notes on the side to hold that in place. By cutting 4 by 6 and 6 by 6 and running it through, I'm going to get 1 of these, 4 of these, and 5 of these. It's exactly what I need for the bow. So once you have that done, I'm going to move some of these things out of the way. You have the 1 small, 4 medium, and 5 large. Now the tools that I'm going to be using, I'm going to use my silicone craft mat, my piercing mat, my bone folder, my take your pick tool for the piercing, and I'm going to use my Stampin' Seal. You can use mini glue dots or liquid glue if you choose, and then I'm going to fasten them together with a brass plated fastener, a brad, and it's the number 3 size. Just purchase that from an office store. So the first thing I'm going to do for this small one is take my bone folder and curve it. Just curve it like that. That's the outside of the bow. This is going to be the inside. And then I'm going to pierce each end. So right where this design is, like you've got this angle, right straight across that way and about center. I just guess at that location. Just kind of go like that and stop halfway and poke a hole. I'm going to set that aside. For these, all of these are going to be done with the very same way. I do like to keep them separate just so I know which ones are the medium, which ones are the large. So this is going to be the outside of my bow. I'm going to go, I just need to go 1 time. And then what I'm going to do before I pierce it is I'm going to rotate this and bring these 2 edges, how can I rephrase that? So if it was like that, I'm just going to turn it slight on an angle so this point and that point meet up. When they meet up, they're flush right here. So you're going to just turn it slightly and meet those ends up. That's going to create that point on the bow. I put a little bit of adhesive there just to help keep it in place. And it doesn't matter which one goes on top. I'm doing the opposite of what I just showed you. It doesn't matter if this one's on top or that one's on top. But once you do that, then I'm going to pierce the hole through both of these. I'm just going to find that point, go as if I'm going straight across, but stop halfway and make a pierce hole there. I'll do that one more time. So I'm going to take these, go like that. I'm going to turn it like this. So I'm going to put my adhesive underneath, just a little dab of it. That probably isn't necessary, but I like things to just be, to stabilize things. Otherwise it's going to twist around a little bit. And then I've got those two together. Then I'm going to take my piercing tool, go from that point, head to the next, head straight across, but halfway stop and poke a hole. You're going to do that for these 2 and these 5. For video purposes, I have that done ahead of time. So here's 2 more of this size. So those 4 are the same size. And let's see, I have 5 of these already done. So that's just going to save some video time. And these are already adhered together, and then the hole is already poked through. So I get all of that done before I start my assembly. As I mentioned, I like to attach them together with a brad. So I'm going to start out with the small piece, and I'm going to put the brad going from the back side to the front side, and then rotate this and attach it. You're going to make a little cylinder like so, with the head of the brad on the inside and the end sticking out. Then I keep my thumb on that, and then what I'm going to do is take these 4 pieces, and if you don't put adhesive on, they twist around. That's a personal decision. I am just going to go and just put a little bit of adhesive just on these, just on here. Again, it can be whatever adhesive you choose. I'm going to put my thumb on that brad, and I'm going to place that through. This first one, I'm just going to angle this a little bit from that first one. The second one is going to go straight across from this one. So I'm going to then take this, I've punched the hole through that already, and then go directly straight across from it. So those are the first 2 of the medium I put on. The third one's going to go over here. The fourth one's going to go over here. And it doesn't have to be exact, but once you put this together and have adhesive on it, it is kind of staying in place. Now I'm going to rotate and use my other hand, put my thumb on that brad, and go through on this side and attach that. Now I've got that much of the brad or the bow put together, and they're all coming through that brad. So that works perfect so far. Now the very first bow I made, I did make 6 of these, and then I decided I like them better with 5. So it's a personal decision. If you want to put 6 of these on, you definitely can. And I'm going to just show you. This is my bow with 6 on, and you can see that it looks great, but I'm going to eliminate 1 and just spread these 5 out a little bit more. So you can spread them out. I put a little bit of adhesive on all of them. I'm going to again put your thumb in there so you hold that brad down, and then just start out with 1. The first one I'm going to do, I'm going to set right there. Now I'm just going to take the next one, put it through the hole, and then just have it overlap a little bit. Then I'm going to do the next one, and it's overlapping just a little bit here, just a little bit there. I'm going to switch and put that thumb on that brad. Take this, see, make sure I get that. Did I forget to poke that? No, there it is. Let's see. There we go. Get that one in, and then the very last one is going to go right there. And then while I'm putting pressure on the head of that brad, I'm going to separate those. This gets a little bit of glue on it just because it's going through all that adhesive, but it totally works out. And I actually kind of like it with 5 on it versus 6. But it doesn't matter, you can put 6 on. So that's just an option. If you choose to put 5, you can cut your second piece to be 4 by 6. So now that we have this done, I have a couple of suggestions for how to decorate and how for decorating, along with a couple more samples. I took a white lunch bag and I folded this down like this. And then I took this Forever 3D embossing folder and I placed the lunch bag right in the folder, ran it through my die cutting machine, and it texturized this gift bag for me. I texturized the lunch bag, now it's a gift bag. So now what I can do is take this, it only texturizes a portion, the bottom portion. I can fold it down like this. Instead of just attaching the bow with dimensionals, I'm going to show you how you can use a wooden clothespin. I have some dimensionals on there already. And before I attach that, I'm going to add a tag to it. So my tag is from some of the mix and match product that's in the new mini catalog. That mini catalog, you can purchase product from it starting September 4th. I took this tag from the Tags for the Season Mix and Match. There's 4 different 5x7 sheets here. You get 2 each. And I have this tag and I stamped on it with the To From the Greetings of the Season stamp set. So the To From, I've stamped that. And I put some of the baker's twine, the red and white baker's twine, also available in the mini catalog. So I did that ahead of time. What I'm going to do is actually take that brad, open it up a little bit, and put this baker's twine behind it, and then close that. And then I have it hanging down like this. Now I'm going to take my wooden clothespin. You can find these a variety of different places. And I put 3 dimensionals on here. I'm going to take those backings off. I'm going to make sure this dimensional goes right over that brad right there. Now, if you're not happy with how low or high it hangs, you can adjust it. You can pull that up a little bit if you want. And I'm going to say it's all good. Now I'm going to place my dimensional on the baker's twine and on the bow. And now I have this bow and tag attached to a clothespin that I can put on the lunch bag and have a great packaging idea. As I mentioned, you can choose how many of those outer petals you want on your bow. I did make a bow also with 5 on the outside. This is with a online exclusive product. This is the Seasons of Green and Gold. It's this designer series paper, and this is the other side. So you can make bows for any occasion. I did create a couple bows with this new designer series paper. This designer series paper is called the Seasons of Elegance 12x12 Specialty Designer Series paper. It is in the mini catalog, also available September 4th. This is gorgeous paper. I created this one, and for the folder, I used the Birch 3D folder, also in that mini catalog. I used the tag from the same tag, mix and match tag set. I used this tag, and then I stamped Happy Birthday on here. And the Happy Birthday is from the Simply Said stamp set in the annual catalog. And then I created another one, a different color of the same designer series paper, just a different style tag. And this is with the So Swirls embossing folder. So these are just so fun to create, and you can create these with your any designer series paper design. If you have any questions, please reach out to me. If you are looking for a demonstrator and you are currently not working with a demonstrator and would like one of the mini catalogs, go to my blog. In the text portion of this video, it'll be a direct link to my blog. You can go to contact me, and then in the top left corner is my email. Email me and I will send you one of the mini catalogs. If you have any questions, please reach out to me. Happy creating!